The Zelda timeline is perhaps one of the longest debates in video game history, so naturally, when Tears of the Kingdom launched, everyone got straight to deciphering its place. But then we started, but when we saw events literally repeat themselves from other games, and the Zelda team pretty much told us to figure it out ourselves, I think a lot of people basically gave up. But I think I've come up with a solution that explains every plot hole and weird detail in either one of the new Zelda games. Keep listening, and you'll see my greatest contribution to the Zelda fanbase and the internet. I love Zelda. No, not like that. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is actually my favourite game of all time, for numerous reasons. Everyone with a Switch has this basically, and in one game of the year, so we all understand how great it is at this point. Well, hopefully, at least. But enough unnecessary praise. You have my greatest and only theory yet. The problem here fundamentally is that this new world consists of several Easter eggs and similarities to previous games, and interviews have implied that it has to exist on a timeline somewhere. But at the same time, details from all three timelines are present, and the world seems to completely ignore past events anyway. Look at all the shit they completely retcon. Oh, look, for Temple of Time again, Aurora again, Gandalf again. It's a little dumbfounding for someone who keeps track of these sort of things. But, much to the lack of care of the Zelda team, I have found a solution that explains all of this, and I have yet to find one I prefer, which is what this Theory Corner is all about. The issue that really sparked this debate a while ago is that Breath of the Wild is not clearly in any of the three timelines, and there's reasons for any of them. Ganondorf's still here, and he never returned in the adult timeline, but the Rito only otherwise seen in the adult timeline, so what? How does Zora and Rito coexist when one literally evolves from the other? How is this very specific rock formation here when it's only been seen in one timeline, and yet one item description makes a reference to a sea from one other timeline? All questions that everyone has definitely asked themselves instantly. And so people decide Breath of the Wild was kind of its own thing, and the timelines were merged together somehow, somewhere, for some reason. And this assessment must be accurate, given all the other inconsistencies. The way I see it, one of two powers could have caused this merge. Number one, someone got the full Triforce and wished to merge the timelines. Number two, the three golden goddesses saw the chaos caused by the timeline split and decided to pull a Noah's Ark on the entire cosmos. I mean, why not? These two powers seem basically limitless, so who's to say where we draw a line? Although these would both hinge on the multiverse collapsing in some way far into the future, it may be kind of out of nowhere, but just look at Marvel. Their universe branched out, and look how badly things are going for them now. Either way, what we know for sure is that the timelines were shredded completely, then rebuilt into one, piece by piece. Now what we're left with is a prehistoric world filled with geological formations, general topography, and all the races from all that came before. One thing that also stuck around was the curse that began all. The vow said by the villain of Skyward Sword that still holds true, as a new Link and Zelda are still going to resurrect much later, keeping this game series going for all time. But the world is still in a prehistoric state, since it has literally just been created. Here's where it gets cool. As I just said, there's almost a rhyme, a sort of poetry as events are repeated. The gods created the world, now they are creating a new world. As any good Zelda historian like myself knows, upon the creation of the universe, the goddesses bestowed the Triforce, a light relic of great proportions, to the first civilization. Well, here's what I think. Upon the creation of this new world, instead of creating the Triforce, the three golden goddesses created the Zonai. Put yourself in the position of the goddesses. They saw time and time again that having this relic being constantly fought over was what sparked chaos in the first place. So learning from their mistakes, what would make the most sense to create instead? It would have to be something that can't be fought over or controlled, meaning it has to be capable of using power itself, also being strong, wise, and courageous enough not to use its body or sanity as a result. Do you see where I'm going with this? It all makes sense. They descended from the heavens, they hold great light power, they arrived to help the first civilization grow. But here's the sick part. I believe that, to enhance their wisdom and knowledge, the Zonai know every single major detail across all three timelines. And this explains absolutely everything that people have been debating about Breath of the Wild. It explains how they named the Kingdom Hyrule, how one was named after Roru, how they have the same Triforce symbol despite not existing in this world, how the direct descendant seems to have light power rather than one piece of the Triforce, how the descendant is named Zelda, how the castle looks exactly the same, how towns and societies and places have the exact same names as their counterparts, and even why there's a replica of the fucking Mirror of Twilight existing in this world. So you can see why I was so excited to share this. I could even leave you pondering by giving you the thought that this literally explains every possible reference to previous games found in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. As is always the case in this little theory corner, I make all the conclusions based on info I find myself, and I don't use other people's theories or speculations. As a result, I come up with what makes the most sense to me, so if anyone has better ideas, comment them below, I'd be happy to reconsider, if somehow you completely disprove us. But all this makes you excited for the next game, doesn't it? like will take place after Tears of the Kingdom. The Zelda team has a consistent quality of output, so no matter what, I'll be here for it. Hey guys, thanks for watching this full video. On this channel, me and Nick do loads of stuff, so just comment for suggestions. It'll be gameplay, something to react to, theory ideas, anything you can think of that isn't Mr. Beast levels expensive. Comment the idea and just stick around for the next one. I'll see you then.